practice all areas of bankruptcy, representing both debtors, creditors, and also bankruptcy trustees. Bankruptcy is a process that allows individuals or business to achieve a fresh start, some new direction that they haven't been able to achieve otherwise. Now, it's a process. It's not something that just happens overnight, and it's something that you'll have to go through various stages depending on the kind of bankruptcy that you choose. Very often, people who have tax debt also have other financial problems as well. And bankruptcy can be one solution that helps all of those things. Now, when you talk about bankruptcy, the first thing that people think of is your basic Chapter 7 bankruptcy, which is called a liquidation, but for most people, it's not what ends up happening. In general, for most average people, their assets will be mainly exempt due to various state and federal exemptions. So in those cases, there's no assets that are available to distribute to creditors. Instead, they would get a discharge and be able to go on with their life. Now, not all tax debts are dischargeable, and in fact, only certain older income taxes are. But it would be a good solution for certain taxes, and it also would be a good solution for credit cards and other things like that. Actually, about 85% of cases that are filed as Chapter 7s are no assets. So it's not something that most people end up having to lose assets if they're doing a Chapter 7. But there are an awful lot of people who do have assets that would not be exempt. Say you've got equity in a house, you got equity in a car, you got a business. Those are all assets that a Chapter 7 trustee could liquidate, and people generally don't want to lose those. So for them, what we would talk with them about is doing a kind of a reorganization case. The most common would be a wage earner Chapter 13 case, but there are a variety of others depending on the dollar amounts that are involved. We also do Chapter 12 family farmer bankruptcies, which would have larger debt limits, and which also has a special tax treatment for people when they are selling off farm assets. A lot of times for families, this can be a very big problem when they're going to try to get out of the farming business, in that there are capital gains taxes that would end up hanging on and be an obligation that they'd have to address after the bankruptcy. Chapter 12, there's special provisions that those taxes would be dealt with in the context of the bankruptcy, so they're not something that would hang on afterwards.